The question is, what's behind the attacks in northern Mozambique? The African Energy Chamber believes it's targeted attacks to disrupt natural gas extraction and export. It further says it's terrorism and the international community must support the government to fight the insurgency. But joining us now is Executive Chairman of the African Energy Chamber, Mr. NJ Ayuk. Mr. Ayuk, thank you so much for your time. And good morning to you. Let's start there. So you don't think this is some random ambush that's been happening here? This is not the first time we're seeing the likes of Total packing up and, being whisked away to safety and then coming back once, I can assume, at the assurity that they would be safe again. You believe these are targeted attacks at what's been happening in terms of oil and gas exports there?
Thank you for having me. And I just want to start by extending my condolences to the families that have lost family members and those who have been hurt. We hope they get back to good health very quickly, as whether it is soldiers or it is civilians. You are right. We don't believe these are just random attacks. This is not fighting. This is not unrest. This is terror. Terror targeted at civilians, terror targeted at energy infrastructure, and terror targeted at property. It is not a coincidence that this terror comes right after energy companies announced that they're going to resume activities that had stopped already they have suspended in January. So getting back there, they want the terrorists, they want to stop the government's abilities to produce gas and really create jobs and take care of a population that is already feeling marginalized and left back that need to see jobs. Don't forget, Mozambique would become the third largest producer of natural gas in the world if these projects go on, where already $50 billion have been committed to some of these projects, and it could go up to about $100 billion. So it is not just some random guys running around and shooting. This is real terror, and it is targeted.
So basically what you're saying is that the grievances of the attackers, assumably would be that the project would not benefit local Mozambicans. Is that the grievance?
You have two issues. You have grievances and you have terror. The grievances of the attack of this might not necessarily be from the attackers. The grievances of local citizens have to be addressed. President whom I've met, really good guy. He is really doing his best to try to see how they put the right kind of programs to address those grievances with job creation, creating power. Energy poverty is a big issue up there. Ensuring that there is gas for domestic consumption, ensuring that there's agricultural basis to really resolve some of the problems you have there. Those grievances are legitimate and they are going to be addressed. But now, when you get targeted attacks at the same kind of infrastructure that could fix these grievances, then you have to know this is not just something where we have to sit by and understand that this is a bunch of people who are not happy with the government. That is it. Of course, every government has the right to protect its territorial integrity and protect the civilians or attacks against the central government. But the grievances can be addressed. But when you have terror targeted on citizens, targeted on energy infrastructure, you have to call it for what it is, and you have to demand action to really put a stop to it, because no lives that are being killed should go unexpected or unresponded to.
Mr. Ayuk, no question, your statement there, that there needs to be a stop that is put to this. How do you think then the international community can intervene?
There's already been some intervention. You've seen reports of the United States government providing some critical support with training and some facilities and equipment to help the government. The Portuguese government has committed, but that's not enough. We in Africa have to step up. This is time for the African Union to not only talk, but step up. With words become deeds that meet needs. We in Africa have to really step up, give Mozambique the right kind of support, because Mozambique has been part of every action of the African Union. So we have to step up, but also the international community has to step up and give the government the right kind of support it needs. If this was happening in the Middle East or somewhere in South America, there would be a loud cry for everybody to step up. Now it's happening in Africa. It is terror. You've seen issues where there have been reports of maybe some of it fueled by religion. We have to step up there. But also, let's look at what is going on right now in the world. Energy security. Around SADC, you have 300 million people in Southern Africa. They could stand to benefit so much from the gas that's going to be produced out of Mozambique, and it would solve a lot of issues around power shortages. It would solve a lot of issues around energy matters, whether it is building and transforming the economies around there. To have a band of terrorists go out there and stop everyday people. Let's not forget, this is about people. Everyday people who want to get a job, they want to take care of their families, and they want something better, the dignity of work. To put a stop to that, we have to come back as a community, and even the energy community has to step up, and the energy community has to call it for what it is and really go back. Sometimes we in the energy community are very careful about using words, but this is bigger than just us. It's bigger than just those who work in our industry. It is about people, and the people of Mozambique deserve better. The people of SADC and Africa as well deserve better. We've come too far in this continent to accept this to continue going on. And this is a time when we have to stand in solidarity with Mozambique and give Mozambique the right support and help Mozambique combat this existential threat against Mozambicans. Because if we don't do that, it's going to spread all around the region. It's going to spread up to Tanzania. So this is not just a Mozambican problem. It is an African problem, and it is a worldwide problem, and everybody has to participate in it and not just words.
NJ Ayuk, that's where we leave it, but thank you so much for your time this morning. That was the African Energy Chamber Executive Chairman, Mr. NJ Ayuk.